Okay, hello, welcome to the weather update. Thanksgiving Eve here. Another nice day today. Plenty of sunshine. A little bit warmer than yesterday. And you can see not many clouds in the sky. There's a couple of wisps of cirrus right over here if you look really closely. But pretty much the sky was clear all day today. I can put this back to the whole day, and you can see clear skies pretty much over the whole area. Plenty of sun, and mild as well. So looking at the current conditions outside, you can see that temperatures are starting to drop. We've had a big drop in temperatures already, 38 down to 38 at Islip already. After getting into the 50s today, quite a range in temperatures. Yeah, we got well into the mid 50s today. Overperformed a little bit. I had a feeling we would have no issues getting up to the mid 50s, and that's exactly what we did. Above normal for the day, high of 56, but the low got down to 30. So that's, like I said, that's a big range in temperature. And if we go look at West Hampton, which is already seeing that radiational cooling a little bit, they're down to 34. All right, they're getting a little bit of a breeze, so that's kind of keeping the temperatures up right now, I guess, a little bit. You can see they're up 34, but they still cool. Yeah, look, you can see they were getting some radiational cooling. You can see temperatures actually did wind up dropping into the upper 20s, actually, for a little bit. But then the wind picked up a little bit, and it kind of blew that radiational cooled air away, and so the temperature went up at West Hampton. But it was already in the it had dropped below freezing after 6 o'clock at West Hampton, which is impressive because, again, the temperatures got up into the mid 50s. So you're going from 54, 54 to down to 28. That's quite a range in temperatures over just a matter of maybe 3 or 4 hours. That's quite incredible. That's truly desert-like, and that's what West Hampton is. 55 was the high, actually. So, yeah, it went from 55 down to 28, and then overnight, you could see it was in the 50s all day. Northwest wind, no sea breeze. You could see in the morning here, let's see, we got down to 20 degrees. So that is one heck of a range in temperatures. And you could see it was hovering around 20 for much of the morning at West Hampton. So it went from 20 to 55. That is a 35-degree difference between the high and the low. Very remarkable and very desert-like indeed. Very desert-like. That's quite remarkable. Let's see, Jersey, I'm sure, had similar conditions in there. And their Pines as well, probably similar type of conditions. So let's go look at the highs and the lows today. We will first start off with the lows. And you can see, it looks like, well, Jersey didn't get as cold. All right, 22 at around Oswego. I guess it's Oswego Lake. But they had 20s, but most areas, they got into the low to mid-20s. Most of us got below freezing, but if you go look Long Island, we were around 30 degrees for much of the night. So it's good at radiation cooling is in New Jersey overall. The city only got down to the 40s. But there's that 19 in West Hampton. That's one of the coldest spots there that we had. Very remarkable, especially when we go and we look at these high temperatures. So again, it's a very desert-like dry air mass that we're in here. And you can see we got into the mid-50s today, mid-50s, and even close to 60 in New Jersey there. Yep. So again, that's one hell of a range there, 22 to 61. That's almost a bigger range than West Hampton. So it's almost a 40-degree difference between the highs and the lows at night. That's what makes it hard to figure out, because during the day it's warm, you feel like you don't need a jacket, and then at night the temperatures drop off quite quickly, and then you feel like you need that jacket. So you don't know what to do, basically. So looking at the current conditions current weather map, you can see there's a kind of a stalled stationary front up to the north. There's some cooler air over there. We're going to see if that tries to work into our area tomorrow, maybe drop the temperatures a little bit. And then you can see high pressure under control. And then here is the storm system that would be bringing us the next chance of precipitation, which would be Friday. And if we move this along to day 2, that front kind of just dissipates. All right, day 2, that's tomorrow, still into the high pressure. And then here is day 3, where we have the chance of precipitation. That's Friday. All right, so looking at the GFS here, you will see here that high pressure system stays in control one more day, starts to move offshore tomorrow. The winds become more east and become more onshore, and then here comes that front that brings us rain chances for Friday, and then another high builds in for Saturday. Should be another nice day on Saturday. But But again, there really won't be that much cold air that's behind this system. And then as we get into Sunday, it won't be that cold. It'll cool it down a little bit, but not really that much. And then as we get towards Sunday, you can see this chance of showers. And now this model's being slower with Sunday, and you can see here it has the rain moving in at night now. It doesn't really have it as impressive as it was before, which is interesting. And then another high builds in behind that, and then a much stronger low develops as we head into December. And that things have changed since last night. You can see, look at that. That looks like some cold air that could be coming down as we get toward December now. So it's kind of changed. As we get into December, it might actually wind up being cold with this cold air outbreak. So hopefully that is exactly what happens. But I don't really want to get too long. We're just covering the weekend in this weather update. So let's go to the HRRR now, 0Z HRRR run. So we're dry tomorrow. High pressure still in control. It's Friday that we got to watch for the chance of showers, and it's mainly going to be with this Friday. It'll only be a period of maybe 2 to 3 hours. We're going to be dealing with the rain, right around that late morning, or really late morning through noon, and then by afternoon it's out of here, and then we're not dealing with it. So it shouldn't wind up being that much rain. If we look at the total amount of rainfall with it, not really much at all. It really won't wind up being that much at all with this. All right. So I'm not too concerned about a heavy rain event for Friday. Looking at your dew points and winds, you can see light north to northeast winds becoming easterly tomorrow, and then southeasterly by tomorrow afternoon, and then southerly by tomorrow night, right, southwesterly. That brings in the moisture that will move in ahead of this rain. It won't get that damp though, and then once that front passes, you'll see dry air comes back in place with some gusty northwest winds by Friday night. And it will drop the temperatures too as well. So we'll go to the temperatures here. You'll see tonight, depending on whether we get that radiational cooling back or not, the winds stay up, we probably won't. But if we do, then we could see that radiational cooling. Otherwise, we're in the 30s tonight. Probably won't get below freezing. For tomorrow, you could see a little bit cooler, low 50s, still hanging on to maybe near 60 in New Jersey, that northeast to east wind, keeping Long Island cooler. Tomorrow night, clouds will probably start increasing, so I don't think we'll see that much radiational cooling, probably down into the low to mid 40s. And then for Friday, it's not that warm. The warm air doesn't really get in here that much, so it'll be in the low 50s by Friday. And then by Friday night, this is as far as we got. You can see the temperatures dropping into the 30s by 7, 8 o'clock. So let's go to the GFS. We want to go a little further along here. Look at these dew points and wind flows here, right? So this is your Saturday now, and you can see the northwest winds coming in here. And then, nice northwest winds, dry air for Saturday. And then this next system for Sunday, this would be the next system. And again, it has the air kind of, because it has the high, stronger, drier air holding firm. It doesn't really bring that moisture in now until later on Sunday. I originally thought it was going to be an early Sunday thing, but now not so sure. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. So look at the temperatures here. And you will see here as we get into Friday, you can see it doesn't really warm it up that much. And then for Saturday, it actually brings in a little, because it probably still be close to average, upper 40s, maybe a little bit above normal, but it should be nice day, upper 40s, low 50s. Maybe, and then as we get into Sunday, this is when we see that warm air kind of surging with that system. Though right now it seems to keep that warm air kind of suppressed off to the south and the east, and that would bring in the heavier rain if we had that. So, looking at the precipitation here on the GFS, again, and we'll look at the precipitation accumulation here. So you see total accumulated precip, not very much. That second system on Sunday is when we see more likely the heavier rain. That's when we could see that half an inch to an inch of rain. That's a ways out right now for the Sunday system. It's hard to really pinpoint what's going to happen with that one right now. So let's go look at the skies. So obviously one more day of sunshine tomorrow. Clouds roll in tomorrow night. And then we're in the clouds for Friday. Saturday, we get rid of the clouds, should have a mostly sunny day. And then the clouds move back in for Sunday with those rain chances. on the GFS. Looking at the RGM. This is the 0Z RGM, which I don't have off him. Go to the 18Z. Here's the RGM for tomorrow. Staying fairly clear, though, that Cirrus could try to work in here by later in the afternoon. You might see some more wisps of it and some contrails and stuff. And then as we get toward Friday, that's when we'll have the cloud cover. But you'll notice the clouds actually, you might even see a little bit of sun before it sets in the late afternoon hours. And then looking at Saturday right now, mostly sunny. There you see. So it looks like a nice day. And then here's the next clouds from the next system there for Sunday. So we can look at a few more models here as far as the weekend goes here. This is the Icon model as well. So, I mean, there's an agreement on Friday, but let's see what it does with Sunday. Yeah, it seems like it brings the rain in. Icon is a little bit, it's hard because it's so far out, but you can see it brings a period of rain in right around Sunday afternoon. Whether it's hard to get the timing right. It's going to be sometime Sunday, but it's very hard to get the timing right at this point. It's just too early to tell. So I think that brings this weather update to an end. Have a happy Thanksgiving.